I want to run you through seven quick steps, right? And I'm going to go through them real brief. Um, and the 7 steps, the first thing is, well, I'm gonna give you 8. I'm gonna give you 8. The first thing is honesty, right? And I want you to like go into to a room, a quiet room with a mirror. The mirror is key to this. Being in the room by yourself is the second thing that is key. And I just want you to have a conversation with you and you, and I want you to ask yourself, is what you're doing right now making you happy? Is where your life at right now making you happy? If the answer is no, then you got to fix it, right? I don't care what it is. Like, don't worry about what it is. But if the answer is no, I need you to say, I'm not just acknowledging what it is, but I'm going to be fully committed to fixing what it is. And then I want you to ask yourself, what's stopping you from moving forward? And it's going to come down to yourself, right? So this is the second thing, is yourself. After you have that you and you conversation, it's going to be painful. You might even cry, right? And that's okay. You're by yourself. If you're a man, let it out. Everybody got a little bit of feminine in them. Let that roll, right? And then the second thing is, I want you to identify with yourself what are the root of your problems. I don't want to hear about the symptoms, right? Like everybody's worried, like they say, I got a cough, let me get some medicine. All right, cool. Why'd you get the cough? Did you get the cough because you went to the gym and you was working out and you came out with the wet clothes and didn't put a coat on, or you didn't change your clothes? That's the root of the problem. We got to get to the root of the problem. So every time you acknowledge something that's wrong with you, I want you to address it, and I want you to get to the root of it. And then no matter how small it is, sometimes we overlook the small things and we want to go deep on everything. If it's an issue to you, it needs to be addressed. So I want you to acknowledge it. I want you to get to the root of it, deal with it. I want you to go deeper, get to the root of it, deal with it, and keep doing this, right? So you're going to deal with self, because everything that's going wrong with you, it lies within you. Like, you're the cause of everything. I don't care what it is, it's on you. The third thing is excuses. There's excuses that you use in your life. Some things you acknowledge as an excuse. Some things you put up a fight knowing it's an excuse. And some things you just don't even see it as being an excuse. Some people be like, you know what, I'm not a morning person. And that's the biggest excuse in the world on why you didn't get up and do what you needed to do. Because if I told you that there's a ticket for you waiting at the airport to go anywhere in the world you want, but you got to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're not even going to go to sleep. Like, you're going to wake up. You're going to get a whole week worth of work done in one day just so you can make the deadline and get to the airport and get your ticket. So therefore, what you're saying is, it's not that you're not a morning person. You don't see value in getting up. So the excuse that you don't want to get up is really what you're saying to yourself is, I don't see value in me waking up early in the morning, right? And then that next thing I want you to look at is, I want you to look at yourself as a brand. I want you to, I don't care if you're self-employed, if you're a receptionist, if you're a janitor, you are a brand. There's a way your family sees you. There's a way your work people see you. There's a way that strangers see you, and they all see you different, because you're not fully solid on your brand and who you are yet. I need you to make it to where wherever you go, everybody sees you the same. Like, you're the same everywhere. Why? Because that's what your brand says. So you got to know, like, yep, what do I stand for? Yep, who am I? Yep, why do I want this? Why am I this way? Why is this so big to me? You got to have your values, and they got to be strong. So for me, you'll always hear me. Honesty is always number 1. Staying uncomfortable is always number 2. Honesty, because I can't lie to me. I got to keep moving. Staying uncomfortable. If I'm comfortable, I can't grow. So I know the only way I can grow is to stay uncomfortable. Like, these things will always be there, right? They're never going to go anywhere. But it brings me to the next thing, which is target. When you understand who you are as a brand and what it is you want to do, what you want your brand to represent, now you know just who to target. Some of y'all don't know who you are as a brand, but you're trying to target a certain career and don't even know if that's what you want. Some of you trying to target certain customers, certain clients, and you don't even know if that's the client for you because you don't know who you are as a brand. And that's just making it so hard for you to move forward. But when you understand your brand and your target, it makes your daily actions a lot easier to deal with, right? So actions is that next thing. Because when you understand brand and target, now all your actions are going directly towards who you're targeting. Because some of you are looking at it and saying, yep, I want to get to the world. I want everybody to know me. Like, yo, your street don't even know you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, your city don't even know you trying to get over here. Like, you gotta stay here. And you got to keep all your actions focused in on this lane. And when you start to dominate this lane, you're going to start to spill over. And you're going to start to get calls. And people are going to call you like, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you be on this for me? Hey, we'd love to bring you in for this. Hey, can I use your service? It's going to happen, but don't rush it. You got to build it organically. But you can't build it if you don't know your brand and your target. That next thing is focus. And focus is so huge because most people stay focused for the beginning. Right? Like New Year's came and they had a New Year's resolution, and most people, they don't let them go already. It's not a New Year's resolution, it's a New Year's revolution, right? You got to have the revolution because internally you've been beating yourself. So the revolution is with you. You're saying, you know what? I'm not happy with this government. You are the government internally. Your internal government is getting the best of you. Say, I'm not happy with it, and you got to do what you can to fight it. So when you start to lose focus, you heard me say it earlier, the way you stay on track is you never get lost in your current situation. Never. People say, man, my life's terrible. No, your life is not terrible. The moment is terrible. But the moment is going to pass. But when you say my life's terrible, you feel like you can't get beyond it. Listen, it's a moment. So when you say, yep, I want to get here, and this is the mission. The mission is to get to this point out there. Understand that your point of your mission never moves. You just get obstacles that keep doing this in front of you. And sometimes you got to go this way, and you got to dodge, and you got to go up, and you got to go down. And sometimes you got to wait, and then you got to go, and then you got to wait, right? You got to keep doing this, but you never, ever lose focus on where you're going. So that focus is huge, and you stay focused by identifying where you want to be in the next 5. And then you say to yourself, if I don't get here, who's going to struggle in my life? Who's going to suffer? I know if there's things I didn't change in my life, my son would suffer, my wife would suffer, my daughter probably wouldn't even be here if I didn't make changes in my life. So therefore, when I say, okay, my mission is going to take care of these people in this way. If I don't succeed, they're going to hurt in this way. So if one day goes by and I don't stay focused on what I want, then I got to ask myself, do you really care about the ones you're saying? Do you really care about the things you say you want to do? And most people really are not attached to what they think they're attached to. It just sounds good when you say it. And that's why you lose focus. The next thing, the last thing is you got to stay on your now and your next. So right now, you think about it, right? When people go out and they're going to buy a home or they want to buy a car, like they get so focused, like they bring in the little brown bags to lunch. They ain't buying nothing. Like they like, ooh, there's a penny. Let me get that, right? Like they counting everything. Why? Because they know they want something. So when you take that thing that you want and you achieve it, why don't you repeat that process? Understand it's a mathematical formula. There was things you did. You had an idea, you had a vision, and then you had to act on it. So your idea and your vision, right, became an action, and it got you the results. So why don't you keep that, and then you just keep adding to that equation? And then you take that now that you did to get to this place, and you immediately set a new next. When people come out, when they came out with the iPhone, right? They had the iPhone. The other iPhones are already in the making. Like they don't come out with one and not thought about the other one. So while you're on this mission, I need you to know, yep, when I'm right here. I'm at the finish line. As soon as I'm done with this, I got to get to this. You got to know where you going next. Yep. Once you get that, where you going next? Because when one door opens, another door is behind it. The doors are endless in life. The growth is endless in life. If you say, yep, I want to get a yacht. If that's your thing, if you're like, I want to get a yacht, cool. When you get a yacht, then what? That's why he's like, yo, I want to get the Nobel Peace Prize. That's going to take him a lifetime to get. He's not going to run. He's like, there's so much stuff he got to go through to get there. Like, it's going to take a lifetime. Most people are like, man, I want to get a house. Okay, then what? And you die at that point if you don't have something next to follow it. So them steps there are steps you can use for the rest of your life, and you treat it like a prescription. And what I mean by that is, when something happens in your life, you're going to know just where to put that. What area needs adjustment? Do I need to adjust myself, my excuses, my brand, my target? Do I need to adjust my actions, my focus, my now and next? And when you can put it in a place, now you can deal with it. And you're not carrying some heavy baggage along. You're like, ooh, yup. Man, I'm not doing what I want because I'm not taking the right actions because I lost my brand or I lost what my target is. Let me go back to the target. And you keep using this for the rest of your life. I'm telling you, listen, man, this took me from being that dude that was homeless, these same steps to where I am right now and I continue to grow, I promise you, you will use this for the rest of your life. The foundation, Jay in his last joint said, I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of gems for $9.99. Well, you just got $1 million worth of gems. I can't say $1 million. You got $150,000 worth of gems for free. You know what I'm saying? But when I hit that million mark, I'm gonna tell you, you got $1 million worth of gems for $9.99 for free. You see what I'm saying? Real tough.